This is Human Alliance Leadfoot. Or maybe it isn't. Getting this guy's bot mode right is a bit of an enigma. The instructions manage to be wrong in like 3 different directions at once, and there's not really enough tabbing together going on to lead you to a solution. Like, for instance, this torso slider thingy. There doesn't seem to be an ideal position for it anywhere. If you put it too far forward, then the back doesn't tab into place, and if you put it too far back, then the waist doesn't tab into place, and in neither position does it really look good. These shoulder prongs are shown pointing straight up, but going by the character model and general aesthetics, you'd think they would want to be folded down, but you can only do this if you cut off some plastic. And the instructions in the available tabs both present radically different solutions for how you're supposed to fold up his backpack. Which is right? No one knows. It's a mystery. All in all, I like robot mode, or at least robot mode as I choose to display it. It holds together reasonably well, and his big belly and door bra give him a unique appeal. Arms are a bit weird, though. They're cast in this oddly flesh-like tan color, and the sculpting makes them look a bit like sinew. They've still got enough joints to be reasonably posable despite the doors, but the hands fall a bit flat, in that they are literally too flat. I appreciate that always pulling paper gives him a bit of an advantage against most bots when playing rock, paper, servos. Rock, paper, servos! Ugh! Best 2 out of 3? But what kind of drunken soccer hooligan redneck can't make a proper fist? He'll be the laughing stock of the bar fight. Legs look pretty good, although he does kind of have that whole animated Ratchet, fat man in biker shorts thing going on, and the default jointing leads to him falling over backwards a whole lot. Head's pretty solid too, given that this is the only movie wrecker head I don't hate, and he's got a flip-away gimmick for his sunglasses if you want to reveal his horrible, beady, bloodshot eyes. The best part about the flip-away gimmick is that it flips right back out again. Some say he looks terrible molded in solid red. Some say this isn't a Target logo, but a single giant nipple. All we know is he's not the Stig, but he is the Stig's Target-exclusive cousin. This is Sergeant Detour. It's French. And given that I barely tolerate accessories when they're cool things like laser bows and tridents, you can imagine how I feel about anonymous little dudes. I mean, there's a ton of human characters in the movie who didn't get toys. Classic Michael Bay characters, like Panicky Black Guy, Comedy Homosexual, or Vapid Eye Candy. Or hell, reuse the Simmons mold. I don't really need figures of any of these people, but by not representing an actual character, this thing goes from pointless to double super pointless. Luckily, his other buddy has a lot more personality. This is Steeljaw, and he's adorable, which is good because he doesn't really do anything. Articulation's reasonable, but he's a dog. What are you going to make him do? He's got nowhere to go in car mode, either, unless you count there, which I do not. And his foldy-uppy gun mode sets a new standard in terribleness for foldy-uppy gun modes. Can you tell it turns into a dog? No, I can't either. Hammer mode is pretty sweet, but it literally falls apart at the touch of a button, and it's really hard to get Leadfoot to hold it. See? And suddenly, with no transition at all, we were in car mode. Oh yeah, I'm not too big on NASCAR, but a big honkin' red race car is always nice for my inner 6-year-old. It's amazing how a slick black and red paint job can make you overlook the flaws of an otherwise mediocre mold. Panel lines fit together quite well, and the whole package is pleasingly large. The small wheels suggest he should maybe be a bit bigger, but he looks good on the shelf with his buddies, and that's what matters. So yeah, Leadfoot. He's a bit of a floppy mess, and you might have to mod him a little to get him into a form you're happy with, but he's not without a certain appeal. If you like the HA format, he's certainly worth a go, but if you don't, this won't be the figure to convince you. Go get yourself a nice Jazz or something.